Celtics-Knicks. 5 takeaways as New York oust Boston to advance to East Finals. The Knicks put on a defensive clinic, Mitchell Robinson makes a difference, and big summer decisions await the Celtics. In emphatic fashion, the New York Knicks booked their first trip to the Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years. No drama, just 48-minute celebration at Madison Square Garden. It was a straight beatdown of the defending champion Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. A 119-81 victory, in which the Knicks tied their biggest lead in any game this season, 41 points. 6 Knicks scored in double figures, and Josh Hart recorded his first career playoff triple-double, 10 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists. But it was the defense that stood out, especially given how the last few games had gone on that end of the floor. Here are some notes, quotes, numbers and film as the Knicks clinched a playoff series at home for the first time since 1999. 1. Knicks defense plays its best at the best time. Games 3 to 5 of this series were, statistically, the Knicks' worst 3-game stretch of defense this season. 129.6 points allowed per 100 possessions. And it was only a huge offensive half that got them a win in Game 4 and 3 chances to close out this series. Game 6 was probably the best defense the Knicks have played all season. When a couple of non-rotation guys checked in for the Celtics with 1:49 left in the third quarter, they had scored just 51 points on 69 possessions, 0.74 per. That rate would have been the 4th worst offensive game for any team this season, regular season or playoffs. Boston was without Jason Tatum, and Kristaps Porzingis has not been himself all series, but the Celtics showed in Game 5 that they could still score efficiently with what they had left. For the Knicks, that loss was more about poor defense. And from the way Game 6 went, they're probably right. The Celtics took some bad shots on Friday, but the Knicks also forced them into some tough ones. The way we prepared, Jalen Brunson said, the way we talked out there, the way we made it an emphasis to have each other's back and continue to fight for each other, it's focused on the defensive side of the ball. When we're doing that, the offense, we're flowing. Good and bad, defense starts in transition, and the Knicks made sure they weren't giving the Celtics easy buckets or open 3-point attempts in the open floor. After scoring 80 points on 52 transition possessions, 1.54 per, in Games 3 to 5, the Celtics had just 16 on 25 to 0.64 per. In Game 6, according to Synergy Tracking. Our team commitment in defensive transition, said Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau. Guys were covering for each other. They were communicating really well, and they understood what we had to take away in order to win. 2. Robinson is a difference maker. The Knicks won this series with their heavily used starting lineup getting outscored by 24 points in its 121 minutes. Their bench doesn't get many minutes, but it was the league's 9th-ranked bench in the regular season, and one particular reserve made all the difference in this series. Mitchell Robinson missed the first 58 games of the season, not making his season debut until February 28. And with the Knicks having a bottom 10 defense at that point, it seemed clear that their biggest off-season loss was that of Isaiah Hartenstein, a big man who could do the dirty work. Well, Robinson is healthy now, and Hartenstein's departure feels a lot less important. In fact, Robinson was so important on defense and on the offensive glass that the Celtics tried often to get him off the floor by fouling him intentionally. That worked a couple of times, but the Knicks' backup center still made a huge impact. In the series, the Knicks were 30 points per 100 possessions better with Robinson on the floor, plus 18.1, than they were with him off the floor, minus 11.9, with huge differentials on both offense and defense. And in Game 6, he authored the Knicks' signature defensive possession. In the span of 7 seconds, and in transition, he rotated to every Celtic on the floor, eventually closing out to Jaylen Brown in the left corner. He absolutely smothered Brown and then ripped the ball out of his hands. Robinson played just 13.5 minutes on Friday, but the Knicks outscored the Celtics by 20 points in that time. At times, but he didn't have to do too much on Friday, with OG Anunoby, 23, Michael Bridges, 22, and Karl Anthony Towns, 21, also eclipsing the 20-point mark. Towns shot just 1 for 6 from three-point range, finishing 3 for 19 to 16% in the series. But he was strong inside as the Knicks outscored the Celtics by 36 points in the paint, 48 to 34, or at the free throw line, 19 to 7.